Hello everyone, welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name's Amanda. In today's video, we are going to be doing the viral cat's eye glass nails. Now, I've been seeing these all over Instagram and I have been dying to give them a go. I've been playing around with cat's eye quite a lot recently, so I thought it would be fun to do this set on myself. Now, I have applied some tips and buffed them so that I had a base to work on top of. And then I'm going to be pairing up Divine Kiss with Cherry Spark. Now, Cherry Spark is the cat's eye colour. You could apply this over any base of your choice, or you could just use 2 coats of this. I opted for Divine Kiss because I kind of wanted to keep those dark tones that comes through from the Cherry Spark. It has got that kind of deeper cherry red to it, so I felt as though it was a good pairing with Divine Kiss. But the great thing about these cat's eye gel polishes is you can kind of change the look and the tone of the color to them depending on what color base you put them over. So for example, if you put this one over a white base, it looks a lot different to putting it over this darker red base. Now, to apply my Divine Kiss, I'm going to be using the bottle brush for most of the nail, getting it as close as to the cuticle area as I can with the bottle brush, but then I like to come in with my trusty stripe liner brush and use that to get a nice neat application around the cuticle and sidewall area. This just takes a lot of the stress out of trying to get a neat application with your bottle brush. Not too hard the more you practice with it, but sometimes when you are working on smaller nail beds, or if you've got clients who maybe have an uneven cuticle line, it's a lot easier to go in with that stripe liner brush, and as you can see, you can get really close to the cuticle and you've got a lot more control over the gel polish with the stripe liner brush as what you would with your bottle brush. I find it a lot easier, especially on my little finger where my nail bed is a lot smaller, to have that stripe liner brush to hand. Can we take a moment to talk about how gorgeous Divine Kiss is? Usually I apply my gel polish colors over one of the rubber color bases if I'm doing a natural set of nails, so I didn't realize that this color has a gorgeous jelly effect to it in one coat, and I really love finding this out about the colors. Maybe I already knew and forgot, as we do have so many colors at Kiki now. However, I do just really love that jelly effect that comes through when you apply this in one coat. Of course, when you come in and do the second coat, it does look a little bit more opaque, kind of like the effect that you're seeing on the nail bed areas of my nail. So I'm definitely going to try and play around with this and see what I can do with some nail art with it. But for the purpose of today's video, I did feel as though one coat was sufficient, because we're going to be coming over the top with that beautiful Cherry Spark, so you're not really going to be seeing any opacity from the Divine Kiss anyway. So now for the next step, we're going to come over the top, apply our Cherry Spark, which is a glitter cat's eye gel polish. I'm going to apply this in one thin coat, same as I would any other gel polish. I don't tend to apply the cat's eye gel polishes any different. Some of the ones that have the more pearlescent effect to them, I will make sure I go over with my brush to smooth them out, but you don't necessarily need to do that with these glitter ones. They apply super easily. Whilst that's still wet, I'm going to go in with my magnet, of course, to play around with that cat's eye effect. And on this design, I want you to go in just all around the edges of the nail, kind of pushing the cat's eye effect into the center. And it basically changes up how the glitter looks in this. It activates those magnetic particles, and as you can see, they just reflect the light beautifully. So I'm going to do this on all 4 of the nails and then pop them in to cure. I do like to do my thumbs separately, especially when playing around with cat's eye, just so that whilst I'm using the magnet on the thumbnail, I'm not messing up any of the magnetic effect that I've created on the other nails. Of course, when you're doing a client, you don't have to stress about this so much, because you can hold their hand flat. I do want to keep this color application nice and thin, but I do want to come in and cap the free edge like I would if I was doing a simple 2-coat 1-color gel polish manicure. So I like to cap on that second coat normally. So I'm just coming in, running my brush around the very tips of the nail just to make sure that color has all capped, and then again creating that same effect with the magnet, just simply running around the whole edge of the nail, pushing those cat's eye particles nails into the center of the nail. I did recently do a cat's eye gel polish video. I think it was called Cat's Eye 5 Ways, where we created 5 different designs using cat's eye gel polish. So I'll leave that linked in the description box below, because we kind of did play around and create lots of different techniques, and I really had fun with layering up nail art as well with the cat's eye gel polishes. But I've been dying to try this viral glass nail design. When I first see that it was called glass nails, I was a little bit confused, because in my mind glass nails are clear tip nails or glitter tip nails. So it took me a little while to realize that they kind of meant the ribbed color glass effect, and that's why they were being called glass nails. But I just really loved the look. I love the fact that it's a matte and glossy combo, which is something I love doing in all of my nail designs anyway. So we've done our cat's eye gel polish on all of the nails. Just how stunning does this look by itself? I love a red set of nails, and the depth and the sparkle to this particular cat's eye is just beautiful. If you haven't tried the Kiki London cat's eye gel polishes, I highly recommend checking them out. I believe there are 10 colors available. So now for this design, you are going to want to come in and do a matte top coat next. So I'm taking the Kiki London No Wipe matte top coat. This is a velvet finish. I love how a matte nail looks. I haven't done too many matte cat's eye nail designs, but oh my god, this effect looked beautiful when we come in and do the matte top coat. You obviously will see once I've cured it, because the matte top coat does go on glossy, so it does make it a little bit tricky to see where you're going with it when you are going over such a sparkly set of nails. So just make sure that you are going all up to that cuticle area, all around the cuticle. If you find it a little bit tricky doing the whole nail with the bottle brush, you can come in with your stripe liner brush like I did on the first coat, just to make sure that you're getting a nice neat application. It does only require a 30-second cure, so we popped this into cure for 30 seconds. And how cool does this effect look with a matte finish? I would happily wear these like this. I just love it. I love a matte nail design. Let me know in the comments below if you are team glossy or team matte. Great thing about this design is we're going to be using a crystal top coat as well, so a glossy top coat. So I'm going to take the Kiki London crystal top coat and I'm going to apply this on to my palette. I then did give my stripe liner brush a good clean with one of the Kiki London alcohol wipes to make sure that we'd removed all of that Divine Kiss gel polish, so that we was going in with a nice clean brush. I'm going to run my stripe liner brush a few times through that top coat to make sure it has distributed evenly through the bristles. And then for this design, you are simply going to paint stripes on with your top coat. So I'm going to start off going right down the center of the nail, just so they kind of look even and consistent across the entire set. And then I'm going to do 2 stripes either side of that stripe we've got going down the center of the nail, trying to keep the stripes the same amount of width between each one, so that everything looks nice and consistent. I have left this first nail in real time. I like to go in with a small amount and do my stripe maybe slightly thinner than I want it to be to begin with. That way, if I feel as though it's not as sharp or is not as crisp as I want it to be, I can neaten it up without ending up with a too thick line. I did find this design easier to do by having a generous amount of top coat, I was going to say gel polish, a generous amount of top coat on my stripe liner brush, just so that then you can go in one flow, so you can go straight down the nail in one go rather than having to go in and get any more product. This way it helped to get a nice neat straight line. So I'm just going to continue that on all of the nails. Now if at any point you feel as though your top coat is more top heavy at the brush, so for example you've got lots of top coat right at the tip of the nail but not running through the bristles, then just wipe the brush on the palette a few times, or even through the top coat a few times, just to sort of distribute that top coat so it's over the entire length of the bristles of the brush. This really helps get a nice neat straight line, as well as if you only have the product right at the tip of the brush, when you press down onto the nail you'll get a thicker line at the starting point of your stripe, and then it will get thinner as you get towards the end of the stripe. So if you want to keep that stripe the same sort of width all the way down, make sure that you have got your top coat over the entire brush and you're kind of using the whole length of the brush as we go down the nail. So as you can see, I'm placing it flat down onto the nail. You can also see that I'm using my little finger to kind of like anchor my hand in place. This really helps steady your hand and get a nice neat stripe. Now with the stripe liner brush, it's my go-to brush. However, I struggle so much with hand painting. It is not one of my strong points. So designs like this are a great way to practice using your stripe liner brush and having total control over it and getting the feel of it. And also by doing your stripes in this way rather than with a color, it kind of minimizes any imperfections as well. So we did pop these in to cure for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to do the thumb separately just because it makes it a little bit easier so that you're not going to smudge any of your fingernails whilst you're doing your thumbnails. Again, this is a lot easier to do when you're working on someone else because you can hold their hand, but when you're doing it on yourself, I always find it so much easier to do my thumbnail separately. And then again, you can see using my little finger, finding somewhere that I can anchor that onto, and it really steadies the hand. And then I'm just going to flip the nail around, go over these again to make them slightly thicker because the thumbnail is that bit wider. So I didn't want to add any additional stripes in, I'm just thickening up the ones that are there. Now you could come in and do more stripes if you wanted to, but I kind of wanted to make sure it was obvious the effect that we had going on. So I just stuck with that one down the middle and then the two either side. And once they were cured, I really loved how this looked. It's one of those designs that in different lights it catches the light beautifully. Let me know if you have tried this look in the comments below. Another great thing about this design is you can do it in absolutely any color. So if you're not feeling red for Valentine's Day, you can go in and do these any way you like. I did see a set by Barley's Nails on Instagram, and she done them with Mermaid Cove, which is the beautiful blue cat's eye, and it looked stunning. Lastly, I did finish off with the Kiki London Cuticle Oil and the K&S Woody Rose Hand Lotion just to give my skin and cuticles a good nourish. I did then wipe over the nails with some micellar water just to remove some of the excess oil so you could see that matte top coat back in action. And then this, guys, is the finished look. I really loved them, so I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you do have any questions or if you are struggling with anything, do pop your questions in the comments below and I will be happy to help. Same with any video suggestions you might have. So if you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below and hit that subscription button if you haven't already, and I shall see you all again in next Friday's video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.